Guys, today is the day. The day where we have to finish what we started 12 weeks ago. Together, we've managed to improve ourselves, to improve each other. We became a team. We were willing to take a bullet for each other, and that takes great loyalty and great courage. And those are skills we need today as well. The day where we will take home the title. And only 2 matches are standing in the way as of now for a glorious trophy. The strongest opponents have been selected to stop us from reaching our goal. These opponents we've all seen before, they've all tasted our power before. And I remember 2 weeks in particular. 2 weeks, week 4 and week 5, where we were struck by injuries, struck by disease. Unable to end the season undefeated because of the circumstances we had in our hands, we could not avoid it. This didn't hold us back, no. We were mentally prepared, we were mentally able to come back from these unfair disadvantages. We struck back, and Kino, Tim, he was the first to go down. He was the first victim on our road to the title. And today we are facing him again. Our first match is versus Tim. And to reach the title, we must stop Kino out of the race once again, for good this time. We are capable of doing this, I know that. And I know as well that he is not backing down from the challenge. He's looking for blood. He's out for revenge. And our will is stronger. After that, we will be facing Lars, the German Hexgod, which deserves our revenge. Not only ours, he deserves the revenge of many others too. As in many circumstances, he used his hex, his luck, to win the game. It's not the only one. It's not the only game versus us where his luck saved him. And we are delighted. I'm delighted to bring you the news that we are the chosen ones to bring him what he deserves. If we are not facing Lars this season, we will be facing Nazi. The Spanish star. He's been a victim of our rampage before, our pride before. The road to the title will not stop. No matter who we'll face, no matter what team is trying to stop us from reaching our goal, I swear, we will not back down. We will bring the title home. We will bring the trophy home. The sign of being the best, the sign of being able to defeat everyone and anything that stands in our way of reaching our goal. Now go out there and secure us that trophy.
Okay guys, what's up? I'm sorry I'm bringing you this playoff match, a bit late. I'm actually a week late, but I was really busy this past week with work, with my social life and stuff like that. So apologies for that. We had these matches like actually a week and a day ago, like 8 days ago, yeah. And I'm unfortunately this is the first time since then I was able to record those games. Also the day itself, I did have a lot of time on the Friday. We should have done this. We did this playoff matches, but I was of course focusing on the GPC season 2, and we're doing well on season 2. The draft will be held somewhere this week, either Wednesday or Friday most likely. Hopefully it's not going to take as much as the last one. I think that one took more than 48 hours, so I hope this one doesn't take as long. But yeah, of course, founder of the GPC means that I got a lot of stuff to arrange for that before that starts, and I'm basically done with most of the stuff. So yes. I did most of it on Friday because, like I said, I didn't have much time this week. So, and I wanted to have it be done as efficiently, as clean, as fast as possible. So, but anyway, just the playoffs. Of course, I was matched up versus Kino because I went for it against Pierre. It was my only way to not face Kino if I did win a 4-0, and that's why I risked it versus Pierre, of course, in my week 11 match. Because I didn't want to face Kino, because Kino and FC Eventons have a fantastic matchup against my team. Well, that's basically it. I think against Kino my matchup was terrible. It was actually dreadful. Against Nacho we were basically equal. He had threats versus me, which I couldn't handle as well. But I also had threats versus him, which he had trouble with dealing with. And against Lars, he had a fantastic matchup. I don't think I've there would be any situation I would have lost to Lars. I had so many checks and counters to his stuff, and win conditions he didn't have checks to. So, of course, in the league format you can always have checks to something, but you get the gist of it. So yeah, my match versus Kino. I'll start it off real quick. Kino is, I think this was the same as his old team he brought versus me. He had some issues before we went in because he tried like 3 times to get a right team and to get a team without like fails, without someone's missing moves and shit. So he had 3 different teams he brought, and this was the final team. He just said, okay, let's go with this. And I think it's the old team he brought versus me. I don't know if that was his intention, but anyway, I didn't bring Reunicles again, which won me the game versus him last time. I figured that was too obvious for me to bring. Plus, I didn't really like the set. I don't think it's a one-trick pony. I don't think it would have worked twice. Basically. Let's see. I am bringing a Nidoqueen, which I didn't bring last time because I figured it would suck against his team. And this time I did bring it, but it brought a little bit of a different set, and I will show you in a bit what it is. I brought Kabutops, but Kabutops because it's the only thing that does well against his team. Well, not the only thing, but it's one of the few things that does well against him. He does have a Jellyset, he does have a Shaman. Luckily for me, neither of them are on this team. I did bring a Bronzong as a Kyurem check. Tornadoes, of course, for priority Rain Dance, and it's good for his team with Flying Spam. If Zapdos just dies, please. Gyarados can put in a bit of work, although he does have a Azumarill. And Superior, he's got checks to Superior, a lot of checks actually, so counters, it gets lots of counters to be honest, but yeah. Let's start. He starts with Kyurem. I started with Bronzong because Bronzong is a good lead for me. It gets up Stealth Rocks, it stops the Kyurem, it stops basically anything. Only the Cobalion does stop versus me, but luckily it doesn't lead off with Cobalion. He goes into Bird Spam because he wants to defog these heads away real quick, as I go for the Toxic. And of course Toxic is helpful against Zapdos because Zapdos is I want to whittle down the Zapdos. I go for another Stealth Rush because I win the matchup. He cannot keep defogging away because he's Toxic. As he goes into his Azumarill Friendship because he can just knock off stuff. I go into Superior. Superior is max defense, max HP, max defense, so I figured this was banded damage because I did quite a lot in my opinion, but it turned out he's not banded, so I go for the Synthesis because I figured that I want to be at the most health as possible for taking on stuff like Lopunny and such. So just go for the safe Synthesis. He goes into, I think he was going into Kyurem as I go into the counter as a Bronzong. As he switches out into Victini, I think I double switched. I did double switch into Tornadus. Going for the knowledge with the knowledge that he is more than likely not Scarfed because his Kyurem is Scarfed since I didn't see the damage, the 1 damage, the life up damage. Sure. And he is actually Scarfed because he ran out against me last time, so I figured he would more than likely bring it again. He had reasons for it to do it last time, and yes. And this was a play. Turn 9. He was in between against my Tornadus, and I needed Tornadus for the priority rain because that was my only way of winning this game. Because my Gyarados was running Crunch Waterfall because I don't know, I didn't want to run Earthquake for some reason, I guess. So I figured that this was my only win condition. He didn't bring Shaman, he didn't bring Jellicent, although I do have knockoff, but that was really nice on my end. And I figured that, okay, I'm not gonna bring in my win condition on this, although he might go for the free create more than likely. I cannot risk this. In hindsight, what I should have done was going to Gyarados because even if I lose Gyarados, it's not a big deal. Gyarados, it doesn't do anything because he has Azumarill on his team, and he has Zapdos on his team, and he has Cobalion which can Volt Switch out more than likely if Stone hits me or Close Combat me. And he has a Scarfed Kyurem, so there was no way that this Gyarados was gonna do too much against his team. So yes, this was a bad sack on my end. Superior was gonna do a lot of work checking the Azumarill and checking the Lopunny and Cobalion, and even Zapdos probably if it doesn't have a drill pack or heat wave, which it more likely cares either one of those. But yeah, this was a bad play on my end, so I do have to recover from that, losing a big asset to my team. I go into Gyarados here knowing that he is choice banded, and go for the I think I just want to weaken the Azumarill, if I remember correctly. yeah, I just want to weaken Azumarill because the way to beat his team was with Kabutops, and I need to weaken Azumarill because otherwise it makes the hit. He goes for player off. It does end up mattering because I go for the substitute right here, knowing he's gonna switch, and in a bit I make another misplay. Of course he wants to defocus Hest away. I could have gone for the Ice Beam predicting this, and hindsight might have been a better play. Better go for Slit Wave right here. I actually don't get an Ice Beam, I forgot, but here this play was a bad on my part because I know he is not gonna switch because otherwise I would have been on a substitute, and I know he has something to hit me with. I know he has something to hit me that's not Volt Switch. So what I should have done is gone for a disable because I was sub disable Nidoqueen. And mainly because I knew I was gonna bring the Zapdos and knowing I was gonna get a substitute on the Zapdos, guaranteed, and just threaten his team with my Nidoqueen, which can deal massive damage to all of his team. Basically, Bokukurum can do damage back, and other than that, something dies. Something has to be said. So yeah. Unfortunately for me, I misplay heavily. We were in call, by the way. Just saying, we were in a big group call, so focusing on a game was sometimes a bit difficult. But I mean, sometimes you make a good play, sometimes a bad plays that way. I go for the disable right here because I wanted to have him being locked into, not locked in, but not be able to go for the return, and I could have set up with Gyarados and done some work against his team because Gyarados has a good amount of HP that it doesn't die to a Volt Strike, it doesn't die to Azumarill's, what's it called, so a bad play on my end because I really didn't expect him to switch right here, not into Azumarill at least, because I figured that he would either just kill me, which would have been, in my opinion, still his best play, because now he risks his biggest threat to my team. He risks it by bringing it in right here, but yeah, I figured he would just go for the attack, and I could just switch into Gyarados safely because if he would have taken me down, I would have of course have free setup with Gyarados, which he did well because he switched out, and he didn't want to let that to happen, or whatever it's called. But I didn't think he would switch in Azumarill so blindly. I figured that he would make a safe play and Psych Cobalion or Psych Victini maybe even. Although Victini does well against my team, I guess. But yeah, it's whatever. I go for the Bronzong play right here because I figured he was banded. Turns out he's not banded. You won't see it right here, but he's not banded. I go for a double switch into Nidoqueen, mainly just to sack it off. Or predict him to make a play, of course. If he didn't want to stay in, because like I said, I figured he was banded, so I figured he would make a play into something. I don't even know what I was thinking, but I was gonna sack it off anyway. Luckily, I get the Earth Power off at the cost of him still roughing up. His focus says so. Unfortunately, he lives the hit. I didn't want to switch into Bronzong right here because I figured he would just close combat me to death because I thought that was the best play, but he goes for the Sun Headbutt knowing that I'm not gonna switch anyway, so it's fine. He goes into the Azumarill, and this was a bad play again on my end because I just figured, okay, I cannot miss this Hurricane. I did the Focus Blast Hurricane. I cannot miss either of these moves because that would I would lose my win condition, and yeah, that's game over for me. And again, he risks his friendship, and again, I think it's something dropped. Again, I think it's a terrible play. I'm sorry, Kino, but it worked out for him, of course. But this guy was a huge threat to my team still. Even though most of the things outsped it, he didn't have much for Bronzong. Apart from free creating Victini, but I had a lot of switches free create, or even if I predicted to Bolt Strike, he wouldn't have been able to do damage against my Bronzong. So I figured he would need this for the Bronzong. And yeah, of course, he showed me that he really didn't need it for Bronzong. As I go into Gyarados, luckily for me, I do get the Intimidate off and go into Bronzong right here. On his player off was his best thing to hit me, and here you will see that he is in fact not choice banded. Like I said, I was on a group call, so I didn't talk. In hindsight, I should have talked, but yeah. I'm going into Gyarados here because it's something I can sack. I figured he would go into Victini. But then again, Victini is only good against my Gyarados, and that's it. So. Go for the Crunch. I do live the Fusion Belt because he is scarfed. I go for the Crunch, does absolute shit. It's fine. I know he's locked into this dude, and here comes my my time to shine. And please, I deserve this bitch that. Because I'm a fucking idiot. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm a fucking idiot. I really am. I was really the whole game. I was thinking that I was live or Kabutops because I did cogs beforehand. Live or Kabutops, Okos, in the rain, Okos, Lopunny, it Okos, everything on the team except for maybe Shaman if I don't run Axis or whatever. Even then it doesn't Oko, but it does mess them to Jellicent, and anything else on his team that he has now just dies to whatever move I hit him with, basically. But I wasn't live orbed. I changed it last minute to Lumberry because I thought he was gonna bring Jellicent, and I am a fucking idiot for that, doing that. Thinking I'm live up, I'm adamant live up, thinking that I was gonna go for the knockoff and kill this bitch ass Kyurem. Of course the Kyurem is way too fucking bulky and he lives. Gets the fusion bolt off. I do live that luckily because he's intimidated of course, but let's say I would have been at 88%, right? This thing would have died, I would have been at 78% because of the life orb. And one rain turn would have been down. At least one less than I did now. He goes for the fake out, 40% less, 78 minus 14 is 64. He needs to sack this thing. Again, life orb damage, it's I think 54% if I remember, I think I said 64. Again, minus 15% is 54 minus 15 would be 39. He needed to sack Victini, would have been at 29, would have gone back into low penny for the fake out, would have been at, I don't know, 14% or something, would have killed this low penny with a waterfall, would have been at 3, 4, 5% and would have won the game. I did have enough rain turns because I do have 3 rain turns right here. And of course, if I killed the Kyurem black in one hit, I would have been at least at 1 more rain turn, so I would definitely have enough rain turns. But I'm a fucking idiot. And I regret this so much. I had my win condition, I had my game played, I did make misplays, but I'm a fucking idiot. I really am. I had the game, I was feeling confident, I was thinking, ah, cool. I had the game, he lets his Azumarill weakened, like I said, I figured it was a terrible play on his end because my Kabutops would just have run through his whole team. But I'm an idiot. I did have Stone Edge on the, I had Swords Dance, Stone Edge, Waterfall and Knockoff. I did have Stone Edge, I could have gone for Stone Edge on the Kyurem, and I would have killed it more than likely if I didn't miss, but the only thing that was gonna happen was against his low penny I needed to flinch him or crit him with my waterfall because the what's his face because the waterfall wouldn't have taken him down. It would have done like 88% to 95% or something, so I wouldn't have taken him down in one hit because I wasn't life orbed, so again, I'm an idiot, man. Anyway, this was the first game. I lost to Kino. It was a good game. I still am a fucking idiot for not having life orb because life orb would have wrecked this whole team. I'm an idiot. But yeah, it's whatever. Now I'm playing for the. Sorry, my apologies. Something just. Oh, that's team. Oh yeah, I'm gonna buy Rocket League. If people want to play Rocket League with me, then let me know. Sorry. Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna have the other game up. It's against Nacho, and I warn you, I had 2 hours to build teams before the players would start. In 1 hour and 10 minutes, I built a team versus Kino. In 40-ish minutes, a little over 40 minutes, I built my team versus Lars. And I got 13 minutes left to build my team versus Nacho. So don't expect too much, just saying. What I should have done actually is get my alt team versus Nacho and just battle him with that, but yeah, 1 second. Okay, here I am, back with my game versus Nacho. My team, I think it's Spadef Arcanine, it's Raikou with X comment, I don't remember. Nidoqueen, it's probably standard, Bronzong, probably Stockrock. Oh no, it was Trick, it was better Trick actually. Superior, more likely dual screens, don't quite remember, and Tornadus, I don't remember either. Okay, let's go. He's gonna go into, I get the lead matchup with Mark9 against his H/. Go for the Will-O-Wisp, miss. He goes into Jessica. Menifee is annoying. Oh, this was Assault with Raikou, by the way. He goes to the Substitute, it's fine. He can just Volt Switch out. Also good. I've got Superior as a counter to these Jessica. Special defensive Superior actually. Or I think it was physically defensive. Go into Bronson, predicting his Mad Shield. And go for the Choice Band. Just wanted to cripple this. I didn't really need Bronzong. And we were on call, like I said before, we were on call, by the way. And I was just joking around because I already lost my first match. So this match didn't have any impact on our outcome. So I was like, fuck it, let's go. You can go for the Substitute with Tornadus. As I just woke up here. And he goes for the Ice Beam. He goes for Ice Beam. As I will just switch out right here. Don't really know. I guess I was thinking it was Wing Condition. Which it might have been. Go for the Shadow Ball, predicting his Jazzy. It does absolutely nothing. Go for the Volt Switch because he can just recover off the health. I can of course hope for the Death Traps, but that's not recommended. Go for the Superior. I should beat this because I'm Spidef Superior. And I can get Leaf Storms up for days. But as you can see, he outspeeds me because he is running more speed than I am. As he goes to the Reflect type, as I go for the Dragon Pulse. What I could have done is just continue to go for the Leaf Storms, but I think I would have lost that actually still. So he just Calm Minds up. I have to roar him out, otherwise it's gonna be a clean, easy Latias sweep. Luckily, Dragon Pulse doesn't do too much, so I can live that. As I switch out into Superior, as he sets up the Surf, not sets up Substitute, he surfs. Probably predicting me to roar, predicting him to go for the Substitute, but no. I'm not about that life. I'm making the plays, the safe plays. He goes for the Shadow Ball. It's fine, it's fine. I go for the Raikou, predicting his switch into Bulletproof Chestnut. I go for the Extra Sensory, and predicting his switch out into Latias. I go for the Shadow Ball. But he switches in Ageless, which is of course fine. Go for the Volta Switcher because he's gonna go for the Head Smash. No, he's gonna go for the Head Smash. I switch into Nidoqueen, still takes a massive amount of damage from this. As he actually decides to switch out, saving it as I go for the Shadow Ball. I predicted his Latias switch in, but he makes a good play into Jessica. I go again into the Superior, and I didn't notice his speed boost. This was a set I recommended for him for centuries, but this little fucker decided to use it against me, as he never used it before. And what he does here is Ice Beam, and unfortunately I missed the Leaf Storm. So he sets up a Tail Glow, and it's game over. It's game over. He just defeats me. I live with Raikou, break a Substitute, sack something. Go to Arcanine, doesn't have E-Speed. Go into Raikou, which does have E-Speed, still doesn't kill it, and go to Nidoqueen and die. As you can see, this team had no thought process into it whatsoever because I had Extreme Speed Raikou because I just didn't have the time to build a proper team. And like I said, I should have probably used just the old team I had versus him, which would have dealt with Jessica because the Spidef Gyarados was a thing. I did honestly think he would prepare for it by running Energy Ball, but no, I guess not. Don't know why, but I guess not. But it's whatever. This game really didn't mean anything to me. So yeah, unfortunately I lost this. I do in fact have the Battle vs Lars up as well. We did have this. This one didn't matter, so I'm not gonna count this as a proper Battle vs Lars. But I'm gonna go and find the match real quick because it's kind of funny what I have to say about it. Not really, but it's whatever. Okay. Without the pausing thing, because I'm like that. Go into this. And like I said, I do have a fantastic matchup versus El Caesar. El Caesar actually won the whole tournament. Motherfucker got so lucky. And he got not only lucky because he got hacks in 9 out of the 11 games. He also got lucky because I was sick 2 weeks. One of the weeks he faced me, otherwise I would have fucking beaten him. And I wouldn't have been against Kino. I would have had the time to prepare versus Nacho. Beaten Nacho, of course, because Nacho is a fuckboy, so I should have lost to him. And then beaten Lars again. But this motherfucker had so many luck this whole season, meaning that he is. I don't even think he's gonna reach playoffs next season. I'm sorry, Lars. I don't think you're gonna reach playoffs next season. You used all your luck. You used all your luck. I'm gonna lead off with my Kabutops because Kabutops does decently well against this team. Go to Arcanino, and Willow is the H-Phase, the Rage Rock, as she says Stealth Rocks. Go into Trudia Breonzang to try to set up my own Stealth Rocks, and predicting the Yellow Magic was a pretty obvious play on his end, so I predicted, pretty easy prediction. As he predicts me to go for Stealth Rocks, I do actually go for the Earthquake, expecting him to switch into Excadrill, but he goes into Chill Bill. As I want to go for the Gyro Ball right here, but knowing Lars, he's gonna get the Hex, and he in fact does get the Hex. Go into Gyarados, as Gyarados is easily my best thing to take this on. He might have had low kick, but I figured that still my best play is just to. Actually, my best play wasn't to Maggie fault, but knowing that he was gonna go for, even if he did go for the low kick, he would have lived, so it doesn't really matter. So I go into Gyarados, and Gyarados can easily pick off the Weevil at the range he's at. Go into go for the Crunch on his Roar. Go into Kabutops. Kabutops does deal with it fantastically because a Sword Stance absolutely beats his whole team. As I figured that he had to Wish Up right here, and now his play was probably still to protect. Maybe he didn't. He decided not to go for protect. It was a 50-50 actually, but I think he should have not gone for protect because this was maybe his best. He would have should have gone for protect because with him being at full health, he was going to be able to check something and check me later on, safely Gyarados later on. He decides not to do so. Go into the Arcanine on his Mega Charismas because it's only. This is easily going to pick me off, but I have a counter in Arcanine, Speed Arcanine. So. Go for the Morning Sun, be at full health, go for the Flamethrower, knowing that he's gonna go for the Yellow Magic again. My Yellow Magic counter is gone, the Bronze one, because he hexed it, but I do have the Yellow Magic counter in Arcanine now. It's my next best thing to hit. To take the Yellow Magic. He goes for the Stone Edge, does nothing because he's burned. And I can just set up a substitute right here on his next attack, which is T-Punch. Again, doesn't do anything, so. Can set up the Dragon Dance as he breaks my substitute, and this is just a cleanup game for me right now. I am Jolly Gyarados because Jolly Gyarados does outspeed a timid Sceptile, plus it just beats it. It does over 100% guaranteed, so a Crunch is easily gonna take the Mega Christmas down. As he switches in Mr. Man, has to go for the Waterfall because he is not Scarfed. And his Diglett is also not Scarfed, meaning that I can win against that thing too. So that's an easy 5-0 win in my favor. Again, I'm not gonna count this because it didn't matter. It wasn't a game that did have any influence. But I was gonna show you this game because I find it funny that in all the matches in the playoffs, we had the exact opposite result of the matches in the season. Not the scores, but like I won versus Kino and I won versus Nacho. But I lost versus Lars in the regular season. In the playoffs it was the other way around. Same thing for Lars as well. Lars lost against Kino and against Nacho in his playoff, in his normal league. But he won versus me, and this was the total opposite again for him too. Nacho lost against me. I think he won against Kino in this game. That must be because he lost against Kino in his third match of this thing. And he won against Lars, but he lost against Lars this time. And Kino, the same thing. He lost against me, won against other guy, and lost against other guy. You get the gist of it. I accidentally knocked something over. But yes, that was quite funny. So I figured that I was just gonna show this match as well. Of course, because I don't like to see Lars winning, because I don't think he deserves to win, because I think he got probably lucky in every fucking week. So okay, guys, I'm gonna win next season. Lars got lucky this season. Not only Hex, like I said, he's also got lucky with me losing, me not being able to get the 4-0 victory against Pierre. All of those things mattered, and all of those things, he had one chance of winning this whole league, and that was with all his luck coming to pieces. All of his little rolls, all of his little hexes, all of his luck in me being unfortunate as being sick, other opponents probably having the same issues, time constraints from other weeks and other opponents in certain weeks where they mattered. I don't know, but he had one chance of winning, and he got, of course, he got lucky and got everything fell into place for him. But I can guarantee you he's not gonna win next season because he just is not skilled enough to do so. But I will see you all next season, where I will finally get the victory I deserve. I will finally get the league title I deserve. I'm sorry I let you down this season, guys. Next season we're gonna have a 16-man league. 2 divisions, Division A, Division B. I don't know if they get any new names, but 2 divisions and some strong opponents. Actually, all of them are easy to beat, but depending on their teams, of course. So I will all see you next season. Thank you for watching this season, and I'm sorry I'm an idiot, and I'm sorry again that I got sick 2 weeks and I choked and lost.